I think that should be good. Alright. There we go. Alright, here we are. So, I turned off shaders because I realized, like while I have decent, like, visual whatnot, or decent FPS, OBS sometimes lags it a little bit. So, I kept it at a stable, nice 60, and all that. So, one thing we have to do, or keep in mind, I guess, is I will have to change this out. Like, the white part of the body. I should change my texture pack back to normal. 1 second. Alright, there we go. Like I said, I have to change the background here, or the textures here, because now the white vine shroom is completely gone for the most part. I'm still working on a few elements that I still have to be replaced. For example, these sub badges. I just recently updated the toilet shroom. I just sent that to Vin like before a stream. I finished it up. I still have to do like some of the other ones because there are still some like light shrooms still. But one thing I'll have to work on here, it shouldn't be too hard to do, is just replace like the top half of these into a dark green. I'm thinking probably maybe a prismarine slab. Like I could also go with one of these. Maybe. Obviously, once I get into GMOD, I'm going to try for GMOD this time around. I'm gonna make like modified custom textures while still being the same like view of this. I'm gonna try to color correct some things, modify some things, do some custom things, stuff like that. So, but yeah, there's a few things I will definitely have to change. For example, the eyes here, they are no longer green. This is no longer black. That's white. For the trees, I'll probably do snow on top. That's probably the best way I can do this. Should probably also do a command here. Game rule. Wait, no. What's this? Yeah, game rule. Mob looting. Title. Which one is it? Not mob griefing. I guess it's tick speed. And turn that to 0. Alright. Now the snow won't melt. I don't mind the sun being over there. That's fine. But I just realized this won't work because in Gmod I don't think snow transfers over. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it won't. I'll just have it here. It will probably place a full block, but if it does that, here actually, let me do something else. Let me do this a snow block. This will work because it's not like I can just shrink it down in Gmod once I get it over, or hammer editor, I should say. But it will just still connect them because one of the things with the program I'm using, if it doesn't see it as a block, it will make it like a missing block. Not really missing, but it'll just be a blank block, but it won't connect it to other missing blocks. So I would have to essentially duplicate the one and then just do it all over. So if I do it this way, it'll at least connect them all together. Won't look really good in here, but you know, whatever. And alternatively, because this is snow, I could technically make this like a sort of like a Christmassy, wintry map, which I wouldn't be opposed to. I feel like it would look nice if I did something like that. Because then I would have a nice little like look to it. I don't know. I'll have to see. But I have a lot of fun ideas with this, though. Like especially with the newer logo that you see in the top right that I'm basing the design off now. I noticed an error. There we go. one of the design there is it sort of unintentionally allows me to now see like, oh, there's a road around it. There's a green road alongside it, so I can actually use that as a reference of like the length of the road. So yeah, I'm actually pretty happy about that because now wait, what? There. There's a lot of little things, and like I said, I didn't do like a full work on that design. I mainly just like Vin just contacted me like literally the day before it launched. I think it was like maybe 2 days technically, but like just some like color like help because the colors weren't really popping or working, and they couldn't figure out like decent colors for it. And so like I came in, I did some tweaks, I did some modifications. The thumbnails, or not the thumbnails, the logos, I was specifically like for the avatar, I gave some, what's it called? Some suggestions. I did a modification of the pre-existing logo to match the colors of the new logo, and it came out really good. And so they decided while they have the thumbnail logo, the avatar logo will be the sort of like the same as the old, but it will be the new colors and all that, and it worked really well. And it's just the old design worked far better as a logo. But it just doesn't work as like a thumbnail. So because it's like it's a full large like almost like a square design. It's more of a circle, but you know what I mean. It's for square avatars, so but it fits in circles. That's the main thing. And so it takes up a lot of room. When for a thumbnail, you sort of want the logo design. Hey, this will be an issue there. Actually, wait, no, I don't need to worry about those. Those are just details. All right. So that works at least for the eyes and mouth. Now, how would I for the face? I mean, we don't have slabs. Let me look here. Slab. I only have a few slabs to work with, and Prismarine seems to be the go-to for greens here. This is the darkest dark green, so I will have to use these colors then. But for the main thing though, is I'm pretty happy with how the design came out. Luiz, I think that's how you say his name. It's Luiz is how it's spelled. So I'm not sure. Like I never actually directly talked to them. I was more so like a medium always like went between me and Luiz, which is sort of weird, but you know it's how it works sometimes when you're working with things. Like for example, here's like a little weird thing about this is not this specifically, but just in general. I sort of like a outskirter in terms of a lot of the Vinesauce stuff. Like I can talk to Vin, I can do all that stuff, and I work on things. But for the most part, I'm not ever really directly tied to any specific group. I just sort of help out when something needs to be helped, that I'm good at, and all that. I'm just a generally well-rounded helper on things. What else? I guess I could use this block for like unique detailing like this. I mean, it might be too different, so maybe I'll just use the normal. Yeah, that looks good. I mean, I wish well, I mean, we do have slabs. I could use the slabs. I mean, it's not too bad, but I don't know. I think that's fine. I'm getting too worried about that. It looks good like that. Plus, it fits with the lantern here, so. I am sad that we're getting rid of this. I love these blocks, but I can work them into the design somewhere else. It's just these blocks are always been my favorite kind of block. to work with. Oops. It's annoying. I have to replace all of them now. I should have realized this in like retrospective, but I mean, I sort of went with a design that I don't know. It sort of could work, but it's whatever. I just literally, like, as everyone else was sort of like surprised by it, I was as equally like popped to question. I'm like, oh wow, I didn't even know this was happening. So, but honestly, I'm happy with how the design came out. What Luez did, what the editors did with their suggestions and ideas. Vince still hasn't uploaded, or not uploaded. Well, I guess you could say uploaded. Put out the Twitch channel stuff that I've done. He likes them. It's just like he's used the starting soon screen. It's just he sometimes like it takes a while for him to get to updating that stuff because he's really busy all the time. So he's sort of like me in a way, but he does put focus on like streaming and getting everything out first and all that nonsense stuff. It's a large technical feat in a way to do all that stuff. Make sure everything's out, make sure everything's good. Like I only realized like today, well, it was last night, and then I worked on it today. Was that like the only thing left that I would have to do to update from Lightroom to non-Lightroom is the sub badges for him. So I'm gonna be going through updating them. The only ones I won't probably change are the solid gold, solid silver, solid bronze. And then I'll also work on making custom ones that go beyond that of the current sub badges, because currently he only goes up to, I think, what was it, like 5 year, I think, or something like that. But he can go up to all the way up to like as long as his channel has been up. So a long time. So I was like, I could just make a whole bunch more and see what we could do. Like I had some ideas of like maybe like making tiers that are like based off memes of the stream, which could be fun, but I mean it's a very small pixel size, so it's gonna be a little hard to pull off. Realistically, it probably will be more along the lines of just having more of the like sort of color versions. I just will have to spread out how they look. I wish Twitch would allow people to be able to pick their sub badges, because there's so many times like you like a specific month of a sub badge, but because you subbed for so long, you can't use that ever again. So it's like it sucks that happens. I'm hoping someday Twitch will add that. I mean, it seems like such a logical thing to add. Like even stuff like 7TV, like you can, when you sub to that, you get sub icons for like every month, and like you can change out like which like a design you want for your sub. So for a while, like I was like, oh, I like this color, and then because I picked that badge of color, it matches my name color, and it matches my like whole theme and look. I feel like Twitch doesn't understand like people like love having like the badges be sort of like a stylistic thing for the user. I sort of wish Twitch would allow you as a user to pick which sub badge you want. Obviously, it would be better as well to have Twitch make it an option for the streamer to pick, because sometimes the streamer would prefer if the sub badges were more so like matching, so that they, for whatever reason, like maybe the streamer likes having a sort of a rank system. Maybe they pull from that and like, oh, they see, oh, you're a corporal, like say for military wise, like, oh, you're a corporal. I don't know. I only listen to admirals on that sort of suggestion or whatever, something stupid like that. But it's something that I could see being a thing for some streamers. But it's definitely something that I would be, I really wish was a feature, though. It doesn't feel like it would be something hard to do, either. Yeah, because you just would have to tie the sub badges to like, you unlock these sub badges in this channel, and up to a certain thing. So the actual like month of how long you've subbed unlocks the thing to use instead of like tying it to the actual sub time itself. And it should be easy to transfer over because it's not really much of a difference in this how the system works. It would just have to incorporate a customization option, that's all. But I mean, I'm not sure how their code base works, so I could be like, it could be like far harder than I actually like am saying here. But I would love that though, and many people I think would love it. So, like one of the ideas that I have that I think I've already, yeah, I already said this, like having each icon be a reference to a meme or whatever, and I'm like, that could be really fun. But like in the same vein, if we add all these different sub icons for different memes, and people have already gone past that meme because like there's so many years people have already subbed for, even including myself, I can't pick the one that maybe I like this meme more than the other. So, or for example, like I like red badges. Like that's because my name's Red, so it fits. So now the red badges will be like I already can't get the red badge because I've already gone that far. Like I have that. I think it was like, was it 3-year badge? I think was red. And I already had that, so I can't pick that or use it anymore. So it's like it's a bummer sort of thing to say like, oh yeah, you subbed this long, you're forced into this last badge now. You can't ever go back to seeing these other badges, even if you like how they look, even if you know technically you subbed for that length, and even then, if you sub for that length, if you unsub, for example, you would always progress the sub length. Like imagine, now here's a different idea that I could imagine Twitch would do, which would be very asinine. This is a corporate thing. They can say, oh yes, we will allow you to have this badge. However, we will not allow you can have an option to disable progression on your subscription. You can still pay to the streamer, but you can turn off or stop the benefits of long length. And so that would turn off all the like what's it called, channel point benefits, all that nonsense. And I'm like, that would be very much a very annoying and dumb thing to deal with, which I could see any corporate do. Because it's like, oh man, this allows us to basically penny and dime the people. I mean, obviously this isn't happening. I don't think Twitch would, because Twitch, while they are already, like, they're not going to gain anything from it per se. I mean, maybe they would, technically, because you could, like, say, like, oh, this won't give the streamer the money, but it allows you to stay on that subscription tier. Which I then would actually like really piss off streamers. So maybe they would do that. I don't know. Oh boy. Alright. I think that works. It's a little interesting. I don't think I've ever seen like GMOD maps or like Minecraft GMOD maps use this texture. I think it looks fine. Let's see. What else? So from a top, I think I just have to do these here. And that looks nice, I guess. What I will do here, though, is slab. We'll use this one as a transitionary block. Alright, looks good. But yeah, like I said before, I do want to do some custom textures, like that will be later into the project, which will, it won't be in the game itself, it will be in GMOD when I port the map over and want to swap out some textures here and there to make them more a little accurate. Like this is, I'm going to change this color to be more accurate to the Minecraft, or to the vine trim that you see on the top right, where it's going to be like a dark, maybe like darker on the bottom, or something like that. It's just, I'll have to see when my testing, because I'm not sure how GMOD handles large textures. Like my idea was, for something like this, I might not work exactly well, but maybe I'll cut off this part to here, and then leave these normal, and then just do a gradient down to like here, and then use a dark color on here. And then just make that whole thing one solid texture. I'm not sure how GMOD will handle that though, so I'll have to test that and see. But I do like how this turned out. Like this will be a little snow on the roofs here, so green here. Let me swap this out now. Inside, I think I'll still use green, or still use white for the inside, because I feel like it just makes too much sense to do the white inside. It also sort of represents like, oh man, it's the internal area of this room. I'll still do the dark outside. I'll probably keep the white on the outside here, but on top it's gonna be dark, like similar to this. I'm not even sure what is the darkest green block in this game. Like it's probably this block. But what is the darkest green? Yeah, I guess it's concrete. I mean, well, dried kelp, but I'm not able to be building with dried kelp. That's just weird. So, I mean, I guess that works. This one, the main body now, that one I will have to change now. It'll probably be like this, and yeah, probably that color, and then I need like a yellow. Like it's probably gonna be gradiented, so I mean I could do wool. Wool's a classic. People like the texture of wool, so I mean I wish there was like a gradientizer in Minecraft, but then again that wouldn't really be the best thing to use. Will these two work maybe? I don't know. Also wait, with the tick speed at 0, does that mean... Nah, standstill falls. Never mind. What about this? I mean, there's no green for that, but... I mean, it won't dry out because that is definitely... What? I have tick at 0. Tick speed 0. It shouldn't be doing that. Okay, never mind then. I guess we'll do green, yellow wool and maybe lime wool. Let's see what the color difference is here. Yeah, that is brighter. So yeah, we'll just go with wool. Not sure how I'm gonna transition. It might just be better if I just use a solid like light green, and then use the dark green there to just accent it. That might be just the best option to go for. And like I said, I'll probably, in Minecraft, once I do it, I'll probably do some other optional things. Or in Gmod, I mean. Not sure, I'll have to figure out and tinker with that. But I'll still use this color here for like the inside frame. Like the internal colors of the wall. But the outside, like the roof portion, is probably going to be like the greens, limes, the brighter colors, because that's going to be like the roof. And if it is the roof, it might be better just to use the concrete then. Because then it'll at least be like, yeah, that would make sense, I feel. Alright, alright, what should I do next? I mean, I have the outside all finished now, to match with the newer design. I mean, I could, let me just do this now, because technically these are all at the height, I think, right? Let's look over here. Yeah. These are all now at the same height, and I think this 3 tall rooms for these are pretty decent, I feel. They don't need to really be any higher than that. Oh wait, I forgot. I have to. Right, the one thing that I'm doing for this is I'm gonna be like scaling up, and then up top here is gonna go back, and I'm not sure how these rooms are gonna handle that, because the idea is on the outside here there's gonna be like a road that goes around here, goes around, and then it starts at this point. The road goes up, and then it's like a higher area. You go around it, and then it goes back down. And in the spawn area, I'm not sure how I'm gonna fit this in. It might be just like literally like the road is probably like here, and then a building here, and I want to do like a garage, like right here. This is where people would park inside the garage to go up on the roof, like to park inside. It's like, you know, one of those tall garage buildings, and like you would have the first floor here, and then you go up the second floor, and I think it's to be like a 3-story building, and up here, and you would be able to look out up over there. I think. I'm not sure. This map is already relatively pretty large for what it is, so the main thing is I want to be a bit careful on like the height that people can go up on and see. I'm already probably going to be making like any glass related stuff for windows is probably going to only be for like the V here. You won't be able to see maybe in like into the main area outside of like the doors here, because that will at least cut off that part. Probably not in here either. Like I have to keep in mind in the GMOD like optimization limitations. So what music am I on right now? Alright, that's good. I'm currently just on my Discover Weekly, so. Alright. Let's continue building now instead of dilly-dallying. Let's go over here. But yeah, let me figure out. So, other things I have planned for the future. As I said, I want to finish up stuff a little more on projects that I'm working on. I said this at the beginning, at the starting soon screen. Let's just do a little small recap on that. But the main sort of thing is I want to try to finish off like up stuff while also doing and continuing games and all that. I also have, for example, if you're enjoying this, I'm actually now partaking in a sort of Minecraft like co-op, or not co-op, but multiplayer sort of stream thing with Just Jitch, Bryce, and all that from Pokemon Mo. And we're doing some pretty fun things in it. It's gonna be like every Thursday, I think, is the plan for that. So last time I was on his Just Jitch's stream of it, and I was sick, so I popped in like later in the afternoon, or later in the stream, not afternoon. I don't know why I said afternoon. I mean, it was in the afternoon for me, but for the most part, I was sick. I wasn't really all there, which is why I didn't stream. But I did have some fun. I had some building ideas that I wanted to do. I didn't really get too much into it because like I was just frazzled mentally, so but I still want to do those ideas. So, and I made decent progress with the time that I had. All right, there we go. I think what I'm gonna do is, instead of building this up like that, I'm gonna sort of build it up and then have this come up. I think that would probably look better. It would also look pretty interesting inside as well. And also, I think it would actually be a little more optimized if I did that, because it would be just flats. But yeah, that's one project that is happening that doesn't really require me to do too much. But I will have to, in between now and this upcoming Thursday, I will have to mod my client to have optimization mods in place. Because currently, like, I can't really stream Minecraft without it being like giving me issues in a way, so I gotta keep that in mind going forward. Wait, no, I think that's correct actually. Yeah. What else? What else? So Radical Red is still continuing. I am probably gonna do that tomorrow if I have the chance. The one thing I will have to figure out is my sleep schedule. I did have it fixed for a while, and then I got sick, and then I didn't get my sleep schedule fell back into the issues that I usually have. So, god dang it, there we go. So I ended up going back into that sleep schedule, which is why I'm streaming right now, because I ended up back in that whole saddle of being an issue of like going to bed at a good time. But with that said, though, I am trying to cut my like go to bed a little earlier. Tonight I'm probably going to be streaming for just a little bit, just so I can get this video out and all that, and just do a simple nice little thumbnail. Nothing too crazy, I feel, but it will have something nice for everyone. Alright, there we go. Wait, what am I doing? I don't get why sometimes like there's like lag like that when I break a block. It's not doing anything. I don't even have shaders on, so. Weirdly, I do feel fatigued for some reason while streaming. I guess I am still sick, slightly, but I don't know. It's weird. Like I said, it's not going to be too much tonight. This will be me building, talking, jamming out to music. Yeah. Also, if you saw in some posts I made, I did say I got a new headset, and I do, and it has a new mic and all that. Currently, I am still using my my normal mic, and that's mainly because I don't have my audio interface yet. So I'm waiting to get enough money to get that. I do have some money. It's just I have to like sort of save up for different things, and I just balance out things. I also did get more storage space, so that's also a nice thing. I recently just bought a part that I need to be able to use that storage space, so I'm not out of the water yet for purchasing things, but the next paycheck I'll have, I will probably get the audio interface. just those things cost like a lot. It's like it's weird to me how much they cost for what is essentially just a rerouter in a way of like audio and all that. I mean, of course you could buy a very cheap one, which probably would not be a good thing to do, but you could. But I think it's because like the beginner friendly ones always cost a lot, and if you know what you're doing, you don't really need to worry too much about that stuff. I guess I go up one there. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, and I haven't talked about it since then on stream. Nintendo Switch 2. I'm actually very much interested in picking it up. It is a little expensive. I mean, that's to be expected. Yeah, that looks cool. I like that. But I feel like it is... The console price isn't really an issue for me. The game prices definitely are. But I feel like how... if we are lucky, I feel like the... what's it call it? I can't think of the name. Like, the stores will be able to keep the MSRP down, mainly because of the fact that Walmart, for example, used to just sell Switch games for $50. Oh wait, that shouldn't be there. And I have a feeling that this might happen this time around too, because it might, instead of, probably the reason why it was $50 before, it was a supply and demand reasons, and the supply was far more, there was more supply than demand for certain games, and so they sort of, alright, we need to get this out, as well as the fact that I feel like a lot of people were just constantly just buying from the, buying online, and because people were buying online, the physical, like, in-store stock made no sense to just keep, and so they had to somehow put a leverage of online buyers by pricing the physical store pricing to like $10 cheaper. So that's my assumption of why that happened, and it might happen again. Oh man, I got it. Yeah, hopefully that becomes the case. Yeah. I think that looks decent. I just want to have it matching at least. It's just there's a lot to it. Like, it's not as like cut and dry as people like Nintendo's greedy or whatever. I mean, Nintendo is trying to eat the cost of what happened with the Wii U still, to be frank. Like, yes, the Switch has sold bang busters for Nintendo. That is yes. However, if they were to undersell the Switch 2, it would just be a negative for them to further on do what they're doing. It just wouldn't make sense as a corporate level thing to say, oh yeah, we just did something amazing. Now let's sell the next one at a little cheaper and like our equal price and have a little cut in our costs. Like, the whole Switch 1 was almost like, not a miracle, but it was like they sort of had to take a little bit of a cut for how much it costs to build, because console makers, they tend to take a small cost at the start of manufacturing of a console, because when they do that, it allows the price to be a little more not affordable, but a little more it pulls in the person to actually like want to get that. And when they pull in the person and they're like, oh man, look at this really good thing, you don't know if you would like it, but think about it, you might like this, and that ends up with right, this goes up like that. It ends with them going like, oh man, this is really good, I've tried it now and I actually understand why it's so good. Wait, no, this goes up. Yeah. And so with that in mind, why would Nintendo take a larger hit if people are already from this large like base of users know what the gimmick is and know that they like this gimmick? Well, so why don't we upprice it? We make it more of a luxury item by putting more custom things in it that people would like, and then sell it. And it's more powerful. And even if you, there was a chart recently I saw, like most of the stats on the Switch 2 are like better than the Steam Deck in most cases. There are some cases where it isn't, but in most cases it is better. Like it's slimmer, it's overall just a strong like console. The fact that it is 120 FPS on most cases, when the I don't believe the Steam Deck can even do that much. Let me go inside here. Let's check what it looks like inside again. So it's dark as hell in here. Where's the block? Here it is.
But I hold on to hope, believing that someday I'll find my way back to myself.
Alright, where should I put these?
Will finally fit together again.
But yeah, for the most part, that's sort of why it's sort of weird for people like, oh man, they should take a cut here, or it shouldn't be as expensive here, and all that. And it's like, it wouldn't make sense at all as a corporate level, like, viewpoint to do that. And I understand, like, oh yeah, they should be for the consumer. Why are they not doing it for the consumer? It's because the consumer technically does. I know people don't like hearing this. Is the consumer does not need to be 100% catered to, because there are people that are going to be buying it anyway. And as soon as people buy it anyway, that you're already making back what you made. And eventually, those people are just going to choose to, like, they're going to show it off. People are going to be interested. People get enticed by it. The console gets a little cheaper, and then those people buy it. And generally speaking, that's basically how any sort of technological thing goes. They basically are outpricing the people that would buy it instantly, or I mean, what would be better? I mean, I guess the blue is better, or purple. But yeah, that's the general gist of that nonsense, is that, like, as part of making sure people aren't going to be stealing the stock, or not stealing the stock, but like running out of stock when you're selling the console, is you make it a little higher. It's a supply and demand, baby. That's basically it. The supply, if you make a lot of supply, you increase the money to match the demand. You allow yourself to keep that stuff keep going. Yeah, you have to cater to the consumer 100% of the time. They shoot themselves in the foot financially at some point. Exactly. And you just have to balance off that sort of thing. You're not always going to be like 100% always for the consumer. But if you can cater to the dedicated ones, and then like to the people that will always buy, because there's always people are going to buy. Nintendo knows that. They know there's so many consumers that will just keep on buying the product. But they also know that it's not always those people that are going to be buying the product. Because sometimes they might enrage, or they might realize, like, oh man, we failed really bad here. And with that in mind, I think Nintendo sees they're going to be doing fine here. I think Nintendo's going to be doing fine here. I don't see a path forward where Nintendo is going to do poorly here. They might not do as good as the Switch 2 or a Switch 1, which is like 100% most likely, because the whole like pandemic was a major factor in influencing sales. But yeah, for the most part, I think Nintendo is doing what would a corporation would do 100%, and it would the smartest thing a corporation would do at this point. But yeah, overall, this is basically the sense of it. It's just supply and demand. It's people really seem to don't realize that's what most of this stuff is. They always like argue, no, the Nintendo needs to do this or that or whatever. I think it goes, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it starts doing it. Two more. But yeah, that's for the most part. It's just all that nonsense. What else can we talk about now? I think of everything that I missed in the past few weeks on stream because it has been a little bit time since then. So this was 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. It's like 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it continues 2. This is interesting. I figure out how to balance this off because I would need to keep them relatively the same height, I feel. Is that the same height there? Yeah, it is. Okay, now it's good. Maybe I'll just have to fudge it a little. It looks like it's the same from here. Yep. Yeah. I think that'll be decent. I mean, you don't have to be 100% accurate because the shroom itself is not exactly the same height all the way around. Like there's different densities. There's offsets to the icon, so I don't need to be like 100% accurate, but alright, so now I have to do this side. Heyo, Cynthia. Welcome to the stream. Currently, we're just building in Minecraft for a bit while I work on the map. So let me put in the... probably just use the same glowing light stuff. Oh, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Where is it? Ah, here it is. I'm doing pretty good. I'm still a little... I'm recovering from like a cold or whatever. So, still feeling a little bit off, but I'm doing pretty good though, overall. Like, it's only going to be a little bit of a shorter stream, but it will be doing, but I will be streaming again tomorrow with, some other stuff, hopefully. I don't like making promises because sometimes, like, in my life, there's a lot of things that just pop up randomly, and so I can't ever, like, hold on to, like, yeah, I'll do that because I have to do this, and then, yeah. But, yeah. That's good to hear. Happy to hear you're doing good and all that. Yeah, I'm on the East Coast. That'll work. All right, there we go. Ah, nice. Yeah, I'm from Pennsylvania, so it's like pretty late here. I'm for the most part, I'm like a major night owl. Yeah, this is like really weird. Doesn't feel like I might have like over exaggerated that trying to match it when it's not gonna really, because this is a smaller room. So I'll have to keep that in mind. I mean, I could just trim that down anyway, so it's not like that big of a deal, but for the most part, I do a lot of like graphic art design stuff. I do it's just a whole bunch of stuff, honestly. Like I do like game stuff. Like I'm currently, like, as you can here, let me show you. I have a thing here for it. Like I've worked on Vinemon here. I have the thing on the top right corner here I could show whenever. So like I've worked on the game there. I did the UI stuff. I actually made the video itself on the top right. And like I did the story of it and stuff. So like with my friends and all that. So like I said, I've helped Vinesauce with stuff. I did a bunch of their graphic design. By the way, I study civil engineering. Sometimes I play RPGs. Mostly spend my freshest time in crafting 3D artwork, animations, VR chat models, logos, and kind of stuff like that. Oh yeah, speaking of that, I actually I made a couple of well, not a couple. I made last night. Not last night, but you know, this week I made another PNG tuber for myself, based off of Mii's. So here he is. He's just a little me character. I did like Photoshop, added some stuff onto him. Like for example, like I added the ears, the horns, and then I made the hair have a gradient, sort of like the Tomodachi Life 2 game model, where they had like gradients on their hairs. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I'll add that in. And then I just made the hoodie, or as well, match my character design normally. So that was like one little thing I did while I was sick, because I wanted to do something and I was having like a brain fog against all the other things I was working on. And of course I also have these ones. I have like my the Pokemon GBA trainer that I use for when I play GBA games on stream. And then this one I haven't used yet live, but it's eventually I will. Is when I do Game Boy Color games, I will use this one, which is like, it's just the same as the GBA one, but it's just Game Boy Color colored, where it just has like 4 colors, and I use that to all that. So I like them all. They're pretty cool. I do have a like a 3D VTuber design coming in eventually, but yeah, it's been taking a long while. I have to bug the artist to see if they're progress on it soon. Yeah, I would definitely say like it's time consuming for the most part. At times it's pretty fun to do. But other times, made some recent some art. Would you be interested in having a quick peek? Maybe you could probably if you want to send me them, it'd probably be best. I could talk about them like off stream. But either like through my Blue Sky, which is linked, you could send me like a DM or whatever on it, or just hit up my Discord and leave a message on the Discord server. This user could you add me? I mean, I could. My Discord link channel or server is down below if you want to check that out. Because if you could just join that and like send in and leave, I don't care. It's like, it's whatever. But yeah. But yeah, for the most part though, I do like that stuff. I do like a bunch of things, like for like a lot. I want to do like more like video editing stuff eventually. Because I do want to edit my own videos, which like that in itself is like a whole like thing to do. Alright, let me fix this up now. This looks pretty bad like this. That's But yeah, I want to do video editing more. Like I haven't, I generally like I'm decent at it. But I just haven't ever really put my chops to it like full on. I've always been like, oh, I'll do this and I'll make it. It looks good. Okay, we're good. I want to do like actually like creative video editing and not like just, yeah, this is good enough. Okay, I'm good here, and yep, that's it. Like I said, like that the Vinemon video thing there. Like I made that and I had fun making it. It was fun to put together stuff like that. Oh my god, why is that lag? It's so weird sometimes. I think it's because I'm alt tabbing a lot. I think this would probably be best. It's not gonna be the same height. But that's fine because I'll just have that like I said, the roof is gonna be like slightly like going down anyway. Still works like that, but let me just make it somewhat rounded. Alright, there we go. I think that'll work. Yeah, exactly. I mean, from above, like, the main thing is the above areas ain't gonna be too much of a issue. Because, like, I'm filling it all out to look nice. But, yeah, I think that'll look decent like that. Actually, yeah, that should be fine. Should have done it like that, honestly. Alright, yeah, now that looks good. I just have to lower this back down for this. Yeah, that looks good. I have those two to do over there, but let me just check inside now. Place those there for now. I have to trim out some of these here because... Alright, so that one's fine. Those are all good. Because I layered a lot on here. Alright, I think that's good now. This I don't need. I recently sent you some of my arts on Discord. Have a glance at them. Alright, I will. Alright, here we go. Get up here. Yeah, I think that looks good. And I'll just, yeah. I think what I'll do here, I need to just put a slab that goes across it. Maybe not that one. It's a little frustrating. I mean, I guess like what I could do is just leave that there just for aesthetic purposes. These are all going to be mostly... These are going to be all mostly like one-story rooms. I don't really want to do two-story. I'll probably do something up here. That's more so like temporary, I feel. If anything, I might just make a roof here that just makes these areas empty. I'm not sure. But there is going to be story stuff in this here. For example, under here, this is a pool, and I think either I'm going to do it like on the sides here, or in like two of these rooms, maybe like the two fronts or the two backs, whatever, where there's to be a ladder going down, and the ladder is to take you to a room that's underneath this room that's to like be literally like moody and dark, not really too dark, and you're gonna see like glass coming down from here, and there's gonna be like sort of like a lounge area down here. This will be very chill, but it's also to be like a nice TTT area room, like for teas to shoot and all that. And that's basically the main idea for here. For what I've went over in the past. Yeah, so what we're gonna be doing, or what am I gonna be doing, is I'm gonna be taking this map. Yeah. So I'm gonna be taking this map. There is a TTT like map transporter thing where you can take a Minecraft world, port it into Hammer Editor, and once you port it into Hammer Editor, you are able to then like adjust it in Hammer and do a bunch of customization stuff. Certain things, for example, like doors here, these won't be ported properly into the map, and stuff like that. So I will have to remake them, but I have them here just for visual. Same with, where is it? Like the snow here. These are gonna be like little snow sheets, but snow sheets can't be fit into the editor. Like the program just doesn't really, it's not compatible. Not compatible with everything. So I have to use the block, and then I'm supposed to be shrinking the block down to like, I think it's, actually, let me look real quick. I think they're only 1 pixel tall snow. Let's see. I think it's either 1 or 2. I always forget. Yeah, it's 2 pixels. That's so. But with that in mind, though, there's other things as well, like stairs. I can't use stairs. I have to remake them as well. I don't think I'm really gonna use stairs in this build too often. I think the only areas I would are like, no, I don't even use stairs here. Yeah, I'm probably not gonna use stairs at all because those are just annoying to recreate. It's not too hard, but there's just tedium, especially when you're doing like multiple of them. But yeah. I'm keeping the white inside, like I said earlier. That just looks decent. For the inside area. And it sort of is a nice little throwback, I guess, in a way, to like what the old Vine Shroom is, but on the outside it's all gonna be like dark. Like the dark shroom, so. But yeah. Alright. Next up. Oh man. I think I'll probably... How long have I been streaming for? I always forget about this info. Hour and 30, alright. Yeah, I'll probably end at 4. Because I do want to get to bed a little earlier. Not too early, but you know. Yeah, it is coming along nice. I am happy with this. I'll probably do some like decoration, like stuff to put here to act as like sort of a visual breakup on things. Like for example, I might have like a semi wall here, because the main core thing here is to cater to like a lot of TTT players is people b-hop around, and this is basically a perfect b-hop circle for people to b-hop around. And so people will do that. I will also on the outside will be a sort of like a b-hop, but it also will be like since the road in the back is at a like raise up, it also will get like, you know, bounces down and all that, you know. I have a few inspirations coming from other like GMOD maps, which is what I'm pulling off of for our designs. Trader tester, I'm unsure. Like I myself am not too knowledgeable on that stuff. I might end up doing that. I just have to figure out the best way of doing that. It might be literally like, since on the outside I have like the outside there's gonna be like storefronts. I might literally just like maybe like up here on the second area here. There might be a building like called like the T tester, whatever, and you would go in and you just have 2 rooms. It's just a classic T tester thing, or where you just test or something like that. I don't know. It's gonna be as simple as that. It's gonna be, if I were to make one, it's gonna be a very simple T tester. Nothing too crazy. All right, let's start building over here. But yeah, that's the core of it, though. I already have one TTT map out, and I do have a version update for it that eventually is going to be coming out. But like I've said in earlier in the stream, I really hate the tools to publish maps because they are so convoluted and frustrating to use. So, but eventually I will get that. Like I have like 2 map. I have the update on that map. I have a map that I have to update or upload as well, which is basically finished, which I'm happy with. But I just have been procrastinating uploading it for like forever. So eventually that will get uploaded. And I do have some other maps that I'm working on. Like I can show you real quick though. The map that I'm planning on uploading soonish, I guess. It's right over here. I already have this built up. Oh wait, no, this one isn't it. This one is another map I'm working on. This one's sort of like a motel based map. But it's not motel. It's like I think it's sort of similar though. So you would spawn here. You can come down here. Like these are all this a main spawn hub. Come down here, that's like an under thing. This is unique. I like this. This is like a really nice little cubby hole. Like I said, you could bee hop around. People love bee hopping, so I sort of want to always incorporate that some way into the build. Like there's rooms on the inside here. You can shoot through, like clear out, stuff like that. Very similar to motel, but not entirely. And then there's a center area. There are only 2 ways in and 2 ways out, and basically this is like a little subsection. And then down in the center here, this would be like a risky hangout area. You would fall to your death if you get knocked out. It's basically, this is supposed to be like an asteroid miner. That's what sort of the theme of this map is. So like, this structure in the center here lowers and raises up while it's digging through the whole asteroid and meteor. And the areas on the outside here are like built into the walls of the asteroid. And as the centerpiece like lowers and increases, like the walls here, like a door will close and it will make it back into the normal like airflow stuff. It's not finished, of course. Like I still have to like get this all out and figure how to fill this up. But yeah, there's a lot of cool things on this map. I feel like this one has potential to be like really liked, because I'm pulling iterations of like what a lot of people like. And here's the map that I did finish already, that I just have yet to upload on GMOD's workshop. So this one is based off Combat Arms map, Death Room, with some modifications here, but it generally is accurate. So like this is Alpha base, Bravo base. You'd spawn here, and you would go up here. This would work as like a normal death match, because that's what the original game is. You come up here, there's like an area up here to chill out. You could go up here on these areas to walk. Walk around here. There's gonna be doors here, but they're currently broken because, you know, the editor doesn't really work with that. With that, you come down here. See all this stuff, and there's like, this is one little difference I made from the normal map, like in Combat Arms. You come up here, there's a nice little like cubby area to chill. And there's one other area that I modified from what normally would be, which is over here. Usually this would be blocked off. You wouldn't be able to go in here, but you can. You can go up here. You can jump up here. You can jump up here. You could break this glass in the map, and then you could come over here and whatever. This would be in like another chill spot to hang out, stuff like that. So I'm pretty happy with this map. Map is pretty nice. And in GMOD, it actually looks really good. Like there's more things I put here that weren't in the thing. But there's something like, for example, this furnace, they're lit in the map, and it adds a nice glow because I add like a nice glow lighting. This is a lot of nice detail that you don't really see in Minecraft here. Good, I'm yawning again. This is my teleport area. I just use this to teleport around. But since I'm like just flying around, I can't really get to it. And I don't think I even set up a teleport for the Minecraft for the Vinesauce map yet. But the one map that I do have up on it isn't part of this world. That was like a separate world I made. So that one I can't really show off now. It's not even in this version of Minecraft, so let's get back over here. Man, it's strange. I literally like I start streaming and like now I'm just getting like really like I'm getting like cold sweats in a way while playing. It's weird. It must be like more sick than I thought it was. I'll have to head off for the night since it's very close to the East Coast. But yeah, you do some good stuff going in there. Wait, yeah, you do got some good stuff, cool stuff going there. Yeah, thank you. I hope you have a good night. I'm probably gonna wrap up soon. Like I said, I'm gonna finish up at 4. That's about 30 minutes from now. So I hope you have a good night and good sleep and rest and all that. Thank you. Peace. And thanks for stopping by. Forgot to say that. And there we go. But yeah, this is like I said, pretty chill, low-key stream. Just talking. I sort of needed this, especially because I wasn't even sure how I'm gonna feel today, and then man, I'm already like, for some reason, not feeling good. I don't know why. Because I was feeling completely fine earlier, but now I'm just like feeling weirdly weird. Man. I'm also yawning. Maybe it's because maybe it's something I ate before, and I wouldn't doubt it, but it'd be weird though. Alright, I think that room is good. Alright, there we go. It looks good. Actually, that looks better. Hmm. Yeah, that's better. Does this side now I have to figure out? Um, It looks odd. I don't know what's wrong here. I mean, I guess that could work. Yeah, that looks fine. Actually, I think I might actually have to end the stream early because I'm like, my stomach is like really being weird stuff. I'm lightheaded. Yeah, I'm sorry guys. This was I really wanted to come back, stream some stuff, but I mean, we did a decent. This is almost 3 hours, so it's like I can't complain too hard, but yeah, my body is doing something weird. I don't know what's happened. I'm sweating here, and like I'm like cold sweats. So, thanks for stopping by though. I do appreciate y'all stopping by, checking it out. Actually no, I didn't do it for 3 hours. Where did I see 3 hours from? Oh, I misread. That was like that. All right. No, I mean whatever. I did for an hour. It's fine. Thanks for stopping by if you did. Thanks for the follows. Yeah, man, I'm just not feeling good right now. I don't know what happened. But I will be back tomorrow, hopefully, if I'm if I'm feeling good. I want to play Radical Red tomorrow, so talk to you guys tomorrow. I hope you have a good one. And let me get this in. Have a good night, y'all. Peace.